Evening, everyone. It's 6:40, and this is your closing comment for today, Tuesday, the 8th of June. And I'm going to keep this kind of short because it was that kind of a day. Okay, so the market started slightly higher and then had a fairly sharp downdraft that took the Dow down 177. But at the close, we only closed down $30.42. The NASDAQ was up all day pretty much, closed up 43.19, substantially less than the open, but nonetheless up on the day. The S&P was up 74 cents. The big mover, again, was the small cap Russell, up 24.58 or 1.06%. Transports were up just under $50, about 1/3%. What was interesting today was that on the NYSE, advanced declines were 2-to-1 up, and on the NASDAQ, they were 1.5-to-1 up. And that's substantially stronger than the market looked. On the Dow Jones, we had 18 stocks down and only 12 up, but there really weren't any big moves. We had Goldman Sachs pairing about 23 Dow points off the average. Salesforce 13, Procter & Gamble just 11, and the only stock on the upside that added more than 10 Dow points was Honeywell with 11. So kind of a quiet day. The volume was up fairly substantially, but the only thing that I can tell you about that is that we had two new Reddit meme stocks added to the list, and they contributed a great deal of that volume. There was interest in Clover Health, which actually was just under $22, up $9.92 or 83%. And it all by itself traded about 730 million shares. That was followed by BlackBerry, 162 million. AMC came in with 214 million, and another new entree here is Wendy's, which was up $7 to $30, up 31%, and it traded 88 million. So we added about 1.4 billion of the 5.8 billion shares in total volume just on that list. AMC, GME, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond, COS, Microvision, Clover, and the aforementioned Wendy's. As far as the rest of the day went, oil finally broke to the upside above 70, closed 70.05, pretty close to the high, up 82 cents. Gold was down a little. The other day I mentioned that Lordstown Motors, symbol RIDE, was down pretty substantially on the fact that they came out with projections that said they were going to need money. They weren't going to be able to meet production estimates. In fact, production was only going to be about 50% of what they had originally said. Well, today, after getting a deficiency notice from the NASDAQ, they did, in fact, file a 10Q. And the stock, which was as high as $14.10, immediately fell all the way back to $10.26, closing the regular session $11.22, which was down $2.18. That statement, that filing, also had a questionable status as far as going concern issue, and the stock sank further to $9.90 and currently is trading $10.68. That's down $2.72, or about 20%. As I mentioned, Clover was up 83%. Wendy's was also up about 30%. Amazon, which made a new high a couple of weeks ago, and had come down and was consolidating, was actually kind of a star in that group. Most of those mega cap stocks were unchanged to lower, but Amazon is currently trading $32.71, and that's up $72.99, or 2.3%. UNG, which is our proxy for nat gas, which is the chart on the screen. We had an option position. We've played this position a couple of times. We had an average price of 22. We sold half at 36, and then turned around and bought it back at 18. Well, today on the rally that we were looking for, we got just about to 320. I was a little bit disappointed in the close, although it did close up almost 6 cents on the day, but we sold half again at 36 cents when we were up here around 318, 319. Tonight, as you can see, we're unchanged at 312.80. I would expect us to sink back down a little, but if we can hold 307, 308, I think we'll get another shot. As I said, we still have half the position, and our cost on these options is probably right around 21 cents. As I said, gold was down 4. We also had another big day in Bitcoin and Ethereum, both down hard. I was somewhat surprised to see it hold here today. If they were really going to break it, I thought that they probably would have. This is no stranger to big moves. This day we had a move from 43,500 to 30,000, and then back up to 39,000 at the close. So we broke down yesterday, and I said we'd have to hold against this 200-day moving average, and strange as it seems, even though we went through it, we made a slightly higher low, and we closed right on that 200-day moving average. And tonight we're up about 640 at 33,550. The dollar was slightly stronger, 90.07 up 13, and bonds were up about 0.75%. The interesting thing about the bonds is that it's a very crowded trade to be short the bonds, so it would not be surprising for us to test the high that we set a couple of weeks ago, actually a little over a month ago, on the very poor payroll number, not from this month, but from last month, when we got up to just over 160 and a half, and then came all the way back down and closed actually down about 2/3 of a dollar on the day. We've been trying to build since then, and I would still be looking to get short, but not until about this 160 and a half area, where coincidentally the 100-day moving average also comes in. All right, everyone, tomorrow is another day, and I'll be back first thing in the morning. We have wholesale inventories tomorrow and weekly mortgage apps. By the way, the JOLTS number, which is the only one I didn't give you because it didn't come out until 10 o'clock, was 9.3 million new jobs offered and unfilled versus 8.3 million a month ago. All right, everyone, I'll be back first thing in the morning.